So we are going to start to arrive into the safe space, whatever your safe space is. Start to bring awareness to the breath, taking a slow breath in through the nose. Slow breath out through the nose. And just taking a few more breaths here. Starting to slow everything down. And when you're ready, we're going to start with some gentle movement with the neck. We're going to take the right ear over to the right shoulder. Take a breath here. And as we exhale back through to center, we're going to inhale, left ear, left shoulder, taking a breath. Keeping those shoulders away from the ears, coming back through to center, taking the right ear over to the right shoulder. We're going to take a few breaths here. There's an option to stay as you are, or you may want to float the right hand and place it on top of the head. This is just going to add a little bit of pressure from that right hand to deepen the stretch down the left side of the neck. So taking a few breaths. Another option is to stay here or maybe float that left hand away. So we want to send the heel of the hands away from the body and the fingertips towards us. You may start to feel a stretch down the inner left arm as you start to draw some figure of 8 with that left hand. Taking one last breath. And as we exhale nice and slow, release the left hand down, come back through to center, take the left ear over to the left shoulder and just take a breath here. Option to stay here or float that left hand, placing it on top of the head, just bringing a little bit of pressure towards the head. It's going to deepen the stretch down the right side of the neck. Taking a few breaths. Either stay as you are or option to float that right hand away, bringing the fingertips towards us and really send that heel of the hand away. And just start to make some figure of 8 with that right hand. Maybe starting off a little bit smaller and then maybe taking it a little bit bigger. Notice where you start to feel a stretch. Taking one last breath here. And as we exhale nice and slow, carefully coming back through to center, we're going to place the hands onto the shoulders and start to draw some circles with the elbows, going towards the back of the space, maybe starting a little bit smaller, and then maybe taking them a little bit bigger as time goes on. When we send the elbows back, we want to feel as though we're squeezing those shoulder blades together, really squeezing the elbows together behind the body. Taking one last breath. And as we exhale in your own time, nice and slow, change in direction, starting off a little bit smaller. And then maybe taking them a little bit bigger. Just starting to remove any stickiness from the shoulders, bringing some nice gentle movement to them. Maybe after sitting at a desk all day. So when you're ready, coming back through to center, we're going to take the arms nice and wide. We're going to cross the right arm underneath the left, bring the elbows to touch, and then bring the back of the hands together. Or maybe you've got that double bind where you're bringing the palms together. See if we can align the elbows with the shoulders and send the elbows away from the body. As we inhale, we're reaching the fingertips nice and high. And as we exhale, we're carefully drawing the elbows towards the belly button, bringing the chin to the chest, rounding through the upper back. So maybe just taking a breath here, feel the space being created between the shoulder blades. And as we inhale, we're going to reach the fingertips nice and high. And exhale, drawing the elbows towards the belly. Last round as we take a slow breath in. And a slow breath out. Slowly coming back through to center, carefully unraveling the arms, taking them nice and wide. And now crossing the left arm underneath the right. Finding our eagle arms here, wherever that may be, and just check our elbows are in line with our shoulders and our elbows are moving away from the body. As we inhale, reach the fingertips high, gaze towards the hands. And as we exhale, Nice and slow, draw the elbows towards the belly button, round through that upper back. As we inhale, reach the fingertips high. Exhale, elbows towards the belly. Last round as we take a slow inhale. Slow exhale. Slowly coming back through to center, nice and slow. Releasing the arms and placing the hands onto the knees. We're going to inhale, roll the shoulders away, open the chest forward and arch through that spine. As we exhale, bring the chin to the chest, round through the spine, tailbone under. As we inhale, find our way into our seated cow posture, arching the spine. And as we exhale, nice and slow, find our way into our seated angry cat, rounding through the spine. We've got one last round as we take a slow breath in. Slow breath out. Inhale, coming back through to center. And we're just going to take the legs out in front of us, maybe give them a little bit of a shake. We want to send the heels away from the body and we want to bring the toes towards the body. With a slow inhale, reach the fingertips nice and high. And as we exhale, we want to feel as though we're leading with this belly button as we fold over the legs. Just go into wherever the body takes you, allowing the arms to rest onto the mat. Keeping the gaze lifted towards the big toes so we're not rounding through the upper back. And just allowing the upper body to hang heavy, allowing the spine to just round forwards. And just taking one last breath here, awakening the hamstrings. And as we exhale, nice and slow, walk the hands back towards the body. We're going to slowly find our way into a tabletop position. Tucking the toes and sending the tailbone high, coming into our downward facing dog. So maybe just starting to pedal out the feet here. Check in with the legs, notice how they feel. Stretching into the hamstrings, starting to awaken them after maybe sitting all day. And when you're ready, just taking a breath, finding stillness. As we exhale, coming onto the tiptoes, we're going to hug this right knee towards the nose and we're going to plant the right foot in between the hands. In your own time, we're going to slowly lower the back knee and there's an option to stay here. Or you may want to walk the hands up that right leg, maybe staying here. Or you may want to take the hands behind the back, taking hold of the elbows or maybe finding a reverse prayer. Or you may want to inhale, sweep the arms overhead, keeping the fingertips spread nice and wide, sending the arms behind the ears, and just taking a few breaths wherever you are. We're really lengthening into these left hip flexors here. So when we're sitting, the hip flexors are shortened. So now we're just lengthening into them, stretching into them after maybe sitting at a desk all day. So taking one last breath. And as we exhale nice and slow, bringing the hands to the mat, we're going to lift the back knee and we're going to step back into our downward facing dog. Just pedal out the feet. Maybe notice any sensations around the groin. And when you're ready with an inhale, coming onto the left tiptoes, hugging that left knee through towards the nose, planting the left foot in between the hands. Nice and slow, lower the back knee. Maybe staying here. Maybe walking the hands up the legs. Maybe taking the arms behind the back. Or maybe with an inhale, sweeping the arms overhead. If you're feeling a little bit wobbly here, pressing into the ball of the front foot is going to support with the balance. And maybe feel as though we're squeezing the thighs together. It's also going to help with the balance. So wherever you are, we're just taking a few breaths, just allowing those right hip flexors to lengthen. Taking one last breath. And as we exhale nice and slow, bringing the hands back to the mat. We're going to lift the back knee and we're going to step the right foot to meet the left. We're going to take our ragdoll, so taking a deep bend into the knees, taking hold of the elbows. Maybe swaying the elbows from side to side. Or maybe shaking the head yes, shaking the head no. Just allowing the spine to fall long. Taking one last breath. And as we exhale, we're going to release the arms towards the mat. And we're just going to heel toe the feet towards the outer edge of the mat. And slowly lowering the hips towards the floor. So we're finding our yogi squat here. So feel free if you want to grab a cushion or a bolster, or maybe a rolled up blanket or towel underneath the hips. We want to focus on sending the knees away. So maybe bringing the hands together, hooking the elbows on the inside of the knees and pushing those elbows into those knees. You may want to place the hands onto the mat. You may want to be onto the tiptoes and create some free movement from side to side. Wherever you are, we just want to create a squat posture to help open up the hips. Seeing if we can send the crown of the head towards the ceiling. And just lengthen from that tailbone. And we're just taking the last 2 breaths here, taking a slow breath in. Slow breath out. Last breath. And as we exhale, planting the hands, lifting the tailbone high, we're going to heel toe the feet in and just slowly, slowly roll all the way up, nice and slow as we can go. Rolling the shoulders away from the ears, finding our mountain posture. We're going to take a slow breath in here. Opening the mouth then. Release it out.